Hello and welcome to Property Point. Property Point is a YouTube channel brought to you by Dublin's Envision Realty, a real estate firm located here in Lagos. My name is Ada. On today's episode, we are going to be discussing with you step by step on how to buy a property in Lagos. A lot of clients are out there, they do not understand, they have the money to buy property in Lagos, they have the will to invest in Lagos, but they do not know how they can go about it. They do not know how to, step by steps on how to go about buying that particular property in Lagos. So today we are going to be explaining everything you need to know about buying a property in Lagos. So let's get right into the video. The first thing you need to do to buy a property in Lagos, you need to know the type of property you would like to buy. What type of property do you want to buy? What type of property is available in that location, say Lagos, Nigeria. Now, for Lagos developers, we have different types of houses here in Lagos. There are different types of houses. We have duplexes, and even on the duplexes, we have fully detached duplex, which is standalone duplex. We have the semi-detached duplex, which is two duplexes joined together, separated by a fence. And then we have the terrace duplexes, which is from 3, 4, 5, 6 duplexes that are separated by fences or co-joined together. So terrace duplexes are 3 and above duplexes that are joined together in a stretch. So that is what we call terrace duplexes. We also have bungalows available in Lagos, Nigeria. We have apartments. So you need to decide on the type of property you would like to go for. So when you've made up your mind on that you would like to go for either an apartment or a duplex or a bungalow, then you need to set a budget. You need to work with a budget. How much am I willing to set out for this property? You would have checked yourself, checked your finances, and you would have decided within yourself, this is how much I can conveniently or comfortably release to buy this property or to release on this investment. Setting your budget is very crucial, it's very important when it comes to real estate investing, because your budget would basically guide you through, on the type of property you can, buy and the location of that property in Lagos, Nigeria. Because in most cases in Lagos, Nigeria, properties are usually priced by location. We have the Ikoyi, we have the Ikeja, which are some of the prime locations in Lagos with the most expensive houses. So we have the Ikoyi, we have Ikeja, we have different locations on the island. You have Osapa, London, you have Lekki Phase 1, you have Ikate, you have Jakonde, you have Ikota, Ibuefon, you have Aja, down to Lekki. So your budget will help you to narrow down this location and, fix you in a particular location where you can walk around on that particular type of house that you'd like to buy. So your budget is very, very important. Having a budget will guide you through on a location where you can be able to get that type of house that you want to buy. Then on the other section, we have working with a real estate agent, which is very, very important. You need to work with a qualified, a certified real estate agent. A real estate agent would help you and guide you through in showing you those available options of that type of house that you want, that are within that location where your budget fits in. A real estate agent knows the market. A real estate agent, they are, more conversant with different types of houses. They know the locations, they know the different developers, they know different estates, they know different locations where you can get different types of houses, and then they'll be able to, narrow it down and work with your budget to show you different types of houses in different location around that particular area where your budget fits in. So that will help you to, make a decision when you find that particular property that fits your lifestyle, fits your budget, fits your taste. So working with a real estate agent is very, very important because they know the market. That's the truth. Real estate agents, they know the market. They know different estates. So they will help you to show you around Lagos to be able to get that particular property that suits, whatever need that you want to use it for. Then the next step after seeing that property, you have to book an inspection. Of course, working with a real estate agent comes with booking an inspection, a physical inspection, because you need to visit the site to view those properties yourself. You see the properties, look out for signs of flooding in the estate, look out for signs of all these marks and inscription. This property is not for sale or is prohibited, or you just look around the property and see if you can see any of those government signs or individual signs indicating that the property is not for sale, or any kind of cautious sign. That is why a physical inspection is very, very important. So your real estate agent is the one that will take you around and show you around these properties. Then you can look out for different signs, the finishing of the property, signs of flooding, how secured is this estate, how clean is the water in this estate. All those things are signs you will look out for during your physical inspection with your real estate agent. Then after the inspection, the next step will be for you to engage your lawyer. Very, very important. You engage your lawyer to conduct a search on that property. After your physical inspection with your agent, the documents will be requested by your lawyer. The documents of that property will be requested by your lawyer, and the real estate agent will forward the documents of that particular property that you have picked. The documents will be forwarded to your lawyer, and your lawyer will go ahead to conduct his or her due diligence at the Ministry of Lands in Alaro, Lagos, Nigeria. Your lawyer will go through the documents, read through the documents, look at the history of that document, look at how the title transcends from the family to the developer, go through the document, and then from the serial number of that document, your lawyer will conduct a search in Alaro, Ministry of Lands, Lagos, Nigeria, to determine the title of that document, if that document is truly owned by that developer, if the document is truly free from every government or any kind of encumbrance. Your lawyer will be able to determine that by going through the documents and conducting his or her due diligence. So when your lawyer is certain that, okay, this property is free from any form of encumbrance, it has been duly registered with the Lagos State Ministry of Land, the C of O is very valid, or that the governor's consent is very, very valid, then the next step will be the part where the client makes an offer. That is what we call making an offer, or you can call it negotiations. That is where the client will say, okay, I'm offering to so amount on that property. So the property was listed for 200 million naira. The client could make an offer and say, okay, you talk to your agent and say, okay, can you make an offer for 150 million on this property? That is the negotiating part. And that is where your real estate agent also comes in. The real estate agent will make an offer, put it in writing, or call the developer also to negotiate on the client's behalf that this is what my client has to offer on this property. Can we deal? So after making an offer on the property, the real estate agent helps the clients to negotiate a very fair deal or a good deal on that property. After the negotiating part, and the client and his or her lawyer are okay with the offer, that is when the buyer and the seller with his agent and the lawyer, they've come to an agreement on a fixed rate which the property will be sold, the next step will be to go over to payment and documentation. This is where the client's lawyer prepares a document that we call a deed of assignment. The deed of assignment is a document that legally in Nigeria transfers ownership from a seller to a buyer. The document is recognized by the law in Nigeria as a document drafted by a lawyer, a certified lawyer or a legal practitioner. That document is being prepared by a lawyer, and that document is a document that is being recognized by the Federal Republic of Nigeria that transfers ownership from a seller down to a buyer. So once the buyer receives full payment as agreed by the buyer and the seller, once the seller receives full payment and the seller executes that document, that is, signs that document, and the buyer signs that document with their witnesses signing, it simply means that the buyer has successfully transferred the ownership of that property to the buyer. So that is basically what it means. That document is being prepared by the lawyer. We have the deed of assignment. You have a contract of sale, which states the contract between the buyer and the seller on the sale of that property. And you also have a receipt, which shows that this developer acknowledges the receipt of so and so amount of money on this said property located in this location in Lagos, Nigeria. So these three documents are very, very important when buying a property. You have the deed of assignment, which legally transfers ownership. You have the contract of sale, which states the contract between you and the buyer and a developer. And then you have the receipt, which says the exact amount which the property was paid for. The receipt is usually being signed by the seller and the buyer. So once these documents are executed, it simply means that this property has been moved from the seller to the now buyer. The ownership has now been transferred to the buyer. So the last but not the least of the steps to own a property in Lagos will be for you to register your property with Lagos State government. This is the last part of buying a property. So when the seller has transferred the ownership to you, the buyer, the next step will be for you, the new owner, to now go ahead and register your property with the Ministry of Lands in Lagos, Nigeria. And who does that? Who does this for you? Your lawyer. Your lawyer is the person that would go ahead with those documents given to you by the developer. That is the deed of assignment, the contract of sale, and the Form 1C, which will be duly signed by the developer. Your lawyer will go ahead with these documents, then prepare a survey on that particular property in the buyer's name. A surveyor will prepare a survey in the buyer's name, and your lawyer will now go ahead with these documents and then take it to the Ministry of Lands in Alaro, Lagos, Nigeria, and register it in the new owner's name, which is the buyer. So when you have successfully done all of these steps that I just listed, this is exactly how you can successfully own a property to your name here in Lagos, Nigeria. So thank you very much for listening to this very point of this video. Like I said earlier, my name is Ada, and we also like you to like and subscribe. We have our numbers on this screen, so please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, or you can drop a comment. If you have any questions, we'll be responding to you. You can also call our numbers via the numbers we display on the screen to reach out to us, and then we can also help you to acquire any property you would like to acquire here in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you very much for watching. Till our very next episode. Thank you.